Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 12 in Be With Me in the book of 2 Timothy. We're in chapter 2 today, and I'm going to title today, Being Useful to God. So we're going to move towards being capable for God. So yesterday we started with the concept of what goes into being known by the Lord, and we kind of looked at it as two sides of a coin where the Lord knows who are his, and he preserves and chooses and elects and does all this spiritual furniture moving. And then we persevere and we choose and we agree and we practically do a bunch of stuff. And one of those things is not practicing a pattern of sin. So we are proclaiming the reality of belief by practicing this moral will of God. So there's stuff to do. We're going to hear a call today is to depart from iniquity, depart from sin, just to demonstrate that you get this concept of deliverance by departing from sin. I'm going to read from chapter 2 of 2 Timothy, and I'm going to start in verse 19. Go to verse 22. But God's firm foundation stands bearing the seal. The Lord knows who are his. We talked a lot about that yesterday. And let everyone who names the name of the Lord depart from iniquity. Now in a great house there are not only vessels of gold and silver, but also of wood and clay, some for honorable use, some for dishonorable. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, he will be a vessel for honorable use, set apart as holy, useful to the master of the house, ready for every good work. Verse 22. So flee youthful passions and pursue righteousness, faith, love, and peace, along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. So I note four things here today. First of all, we talked about this yesterday, is the call to moral purity, call to dispensing of iniquity. The second is being cleansed from what is dishonorable. Thirdly, being capable. What makes a capable person? How do I get to be useful to God? And then finally, doing all this in community. So the call, the cleansing, the capability, and community. So first of all, the call. So this is a call. This is a call to moral purity. It's a call to get out of moral error and doctrinal error. Let's just name a few here today. Here's a couple moral errors. Quote, I can do anything I want as long as nobody gets hurt. Or, quote, my body is my own. That's moral error. Here's some doctrinal error. All roads leads to heaven. Or follow your heart. Or I'm okay and you're okay. Or believe in your health. These are all doctrinal errors and moral errors that we see in our world today. So answer the call, name the name of the Lord. That happens one time in your life. The thing that happens every day, every hour, or every minute, if you're really in the struggle, is this cleansing in verse 21. Therefore, if anyone cleanses himself from what is dishonorable, maybe it's greed, love of money. Maybe it's youthful passions, which is talked about in a couple verses down the road. Maybe it's a physical thing with your zipper. Maybe it's pride of servicelessness in the church. Maybe it's the wrong thoughts about God. All of us probably could say, hey, my blank is out of control and I need help and this is hard. So one of the things that comes to mind today is if you're struggling with sin, it means you're in the body of Christ. We talk about moving from being a slave to sin to being free. And to change this is difficult. 1 Corinthians 10:13 talks about the way of escape, and the people that take the way of escape, they generally believe that they're kind of like the only ones. Listen in here. No temptation has overtaken you that is not common to man. So get in line. God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond your ability, but with the temptation, he will also provide a way of escape so that you may be able to endure it. There's nothing there that sounds easy. And then in verse 22, talks about fleeing youthful passions and pursuing righteousness. You ever go on a health program, maybe a food program or an exercise program or a study program? It's difficult. And I love going to church on Sunday because you watch people every day in the fight. It's hard. So if it's hard for you, welcome to the family. Name him, agree with him. Cleansing is hard, then well done, keep going. Be at it tomorrow. Next is capability. The verse says, set apart as holy, useful to the master. And don't we want to be useful? Don't we want to be used for honorable things? Let's be ready to be used. Let's be honorable. Let's be set apart. Let's be holy. From this, and what's holiness? Well, that's where we start in this fallen world. We go visit the holy world. We take on some of the characteristics of the characters there, God, and the characteristics of God. We bring them back to this world, and then they get noticed by the people around us. And the amazing thing in the New Testament is we are called to holiness. Be holy as he is holy. So if you want to be useful to God, and what makes us capable is taking on some of the characteristics. And then the final thing, so we talked about the call, the cleansing, the capability is this community. Verse 22 says, flee youthful passions and pursue righteousness along with those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. Absolutely, there's no such thing as Christianity absent the community. So it's fleeing along with and pursuing along with. If you want to be useful to God, be in community. Who are these guys? They are those who call on the Lord from a pure heart. So my prayer is, may I be useful this day, today, before the sun turns around. May I be called and cleansed and capable and in community. Lord, I want to be useful for you. Be holy, be touched by the Almighty. I want to see your face. So generally, people need to see the face of God before they turn into the hands of God. So be cleansed today. Be holy today. Call on his name today. Be in community. And all these things put together, this is the soup that makes us being capable, being useful to God. Thanks for listening.